But the main thing I want to talk to you about today is all of these excuses that we see. When I work with my private clients, the ones that are doing very well financially, the main thing that I see that separates them from other people that I work with would say, we're not ready or we've got to do all this stuff to get ready is the amount of excuses that people make. It's amazing that stuff actually gets done by, any of us because we are hardwired to put things off. We're hardwired to say, just another day, right? Just another day of me putting things off, and then I'll get going on what I need to do. But the more people that you can look at to inspire you to stop making excuses, I mean, there are certain things about this office that I would change, right? So there's like no art up in here. There's no, I could turn on some different cameras and some different lighting. If I turn this off, there's all kinds of excuses that we can make here to uh, to to stop us from doing what we need to do. I mean, even this right here, I'll turn on this external light that kind of blows out, what's going on in the background. But the main thing here is, uh, and I can turn this one on. So, but then this is an older house, and so like the lighting is not. It's not going to be perfect, and that's okay, and that's totally okay. I think we spend so much time worrying about those things that really do not, they don't matter in the long run as much as the content. I was telling my buddy Charles Kirkland today. Springsteen did an album called Nebraska, which was done on a demo, uh, cassette tape, and they tried to go in and they tried to make it so it was like they tried to record it in like a full band capacity. They tried to record it, with electric stuff and a real studio, and it just didn't sound the same, right? And so they released it as is, right? They released it in its original format, and it was an amazing album because the songs were so good. And so, yeah, it didn't sound as good as it could have. There was some distortion, there was some hiss, but it still made an impact on people, and the songs were really, really good, right? And so it's like that ready, fire, aim thing. The whole Dan Kennedy thing, or the thing that like, Gary Halbert said is money is attracted to speed. And the clients that I serve, the private clients that in our group that we have, the small group of clients that I serve, it's so funny to me. The ones that are really successful are the ones that aren't making a bunch of excuses as why we can't do a new campaign or why we can't send some more emails or why this can't happen or why that can't happen, or 2 months have gone by and they're still working on like one piece of their funnel, whereas we could have made an extra $100,000 in that time. So the most successful people are the ones that are action takers. The ones that are imperfect action takers. So again, I mean, I could not do this Facebook Live because, I'm not all dressed up, or the lighting could be better, or the sound could be better, or the people. It's like all this junk that gets in our way and that stops us from doing the things that we know that we need to do to move our business forward or move our health forward or whatever. Like, oh, I'll change tomorrow. I'll stop eating bread tomorrow, right? That's so many times what I've said, like, oh, well, I'll change my diet, but just not today, right? And so that those things are issues. Let me see if anybody's on here. Okay, we've got some people on. Let me know if you can see and hear me okay. And if you do want to stop making excuses and start getting results when it comes to your email, I've put together a very inexpensive course here that you can go check out at chilesemail.com. Now, it's important. And so if you're watching this, if you could type that into the comments for me, chilesemail.com. This is a great way. Now, I wrote this, Bond Halbert and I, the son of Gary Halbert, wrote this course and put this course together so you could basically go in and immediately see a skyrocket in your email open rates and in your engagement with email. But now that we're all into social, the main thing here is these things could be very much used for social. Like, you could watch this whole training which you can go through in an afternoon. You can watch the training, and you can say, I don't want to use this with email at all. You could totally use it for things like social media posts, the written word, blogs, whatever you want to, that anywhere that you need to communicate to an audience that's following you, or if you're building an audience up on any of these social platforms, this is really going to really help you to crank up the curiosity and mystery that is missing on so many things that I review for my clients, for other people like that. Cranking up all of these, cranking up all of these social media uh, engagements with our audience. It's going to take more than just the status quo. It's going to take more than just, hey, I have an offer to make you, or I have a great product, or I have a great service, or I wrote this thing, or I made this course. That means you should go buy it. No, we are living in the most jaded, skeptical, over information thing ever in society. And the more that we realize that, the more that our stuff has to be ramping up curiosity, ramping up mystery, making more offers than the next person, and doing it in a way that actually can help people by actually helping them. So, and if you're wondering what is this, this is a mug that my buddy K Dog got me, and it's called Ember, and it's a mug that keeps your coffee at a certain temperature. It comes with an app. It's pretty crazy, but the more that I use it, I'm like, dude, this is awesome. So I could do this broadcast, my coffee will still be hot. And the main thing I wanted to tell you about is to stop making the excuses and just go get it. I mean, the reason why, like when I started my career writing copy for people like Ryan Dice and Frank Kern and Todd Brown, digital marketer, Perry Belcher, when I worked with Bond Howard, I didn't have a fancy office. I didn't have a huge website. I didn't have millions of dollars in sales under my belt. But that didn't stop me from approaching these people and saying, hey, this is what I do. I think I can help you, because you're creating offers and I like what you're doing. And that started my career, right? I didn't look at the excuses that I could have made as sorry about having some allergies today. I didn't look at the excuses that I could have made to stop me, right? Oh, I'm legally blind. One of my eyes doesn't work. How am I going to, I don't have a college degree. All of these things. And thank you for posting that link in there, that chilesemail.com. Whoever's watching, please, if you could comment for me, that'd be great. Just put it in there, chilesemail.com, because these are the things that I wish I knew when I was first getting started, where people were paying me to convince their audiences to buy more of their products and services. And so it's interesting. We live in a time where people are always looking for the next thing. We live in a time where people are always looking for um, the next shiny object, and that will never end. But the main thing that will end is that basically you need to go back to the fundamentals. Can you entertain an audience? Can you convert them into buyers? Can you ramp up the curiosity and mystery? Can you take something that they already like? Okay, if you know you need help with your sales and your marketing and your conversions of your audience, then you might go and check out the chilesemail.com course, right? If you don't believe that you need help with that, then there's nothing I can say or do to convince you to buy it, right? It's just not going to happen. You don't want it. You don't think it will help you, or you're overwhelmed with stuff, or whatever you're feeling, right? So, but if you do desire that change, then my job is to help you to maximize those benefits, to maximize your results, to maximize the amount of sales and goodwill that you can get from your audience. And there's a lot of other products out there. You can go buy marketing or sales or stuff from a ton of different people. But this way, you're going to be able to shortcut your results by months or even years because of the fact that you're able to compress that, right? I mean, this is the stuff that I wish that I had when I was just beginning, when I had to kind of search the internet for all of this stuff. And so if you do have any questions about headlines or copy, or how to sell to an audience that's jaded, then let me know in the comments. I'd be happy to answer them. Let me see if anybody has anything here. Okay. So that's one of the things that's so powerful here, is that we're in a world, we live in a world now that um, where anybody can have a show and anybody can have an audience and anybody can anybody can start to convert an audience, into into all um, into all of the different things that need to happen, right? I mean, this is uh, um, this is something that's very powerful because anybody can come in and anybody can start to monetize an audience that they create, right? And because everyone, people are coming into the marketing world and they're building up huge brands, they're building up huge audiences, and the money is attracted to the audience. Like anybody that tells you differently is just not really paying attention. And I love it that people are like, well, I couldn't build this audience or build that audience because they're like, it takes time, or they're allergic to hard work. And I think that's just sad because the people that will have the most success are the people that are working hard and the people that are working smart and the people that are not just like hustle your face off and things like that, but you do need to get out there. You do need to take one action. It's like Derek Jeter said, they asked him like how he was able to play baseball that way. And he's like, look, this isn't just something I learned overnight. This is something that I practiced over and over and over and over again. Right. Same with my guitar playing. Right. I wasn't just able to start playing guitar, for different people. I had to practice it over and over and over and over, even in the times where I didn't want to, or I felt like it wasn't getting me anywhere. And then I was able to, become pretty proficient at the instrument, right? To the tune where people come in and they're like, "Why do you need 5, 6, 7 guitars?" So like, well, each one sort of does a different thing, or you get bored, you want to go to a different instrument. So anyway, I would love to help you with your email stuff. I would love to help you convert your audience. So there's two ways you can do that. You can either go to chilesemail.com right now. No www. I'm still messing with the redirect there, but if you want to go to chilesemail.com, that to get started for very inexpensively, you can do that. And if you would also, if you want to talk to me about becoming a private client, if you're spending $5,000-$10,000 a month on media or building your audience, and you need help to do that in a much shorter way to bring in a lot more money and a lot more influence and a lot more audience participation, then you can reach out, private message me on here on Facebook. We're going to have much more professional ways to get into to get in touch with me soon with there's going to be an application and things like that I need to go in there and just make sure that it's all redirects fine. But until then, let's just keep it simple. You can private message me if you have, if you do want to get in touch. And then if you do want to increase your email stuff, then you can do that at chilesemail.com. I will post that into the comments here. And again, there's no www on that at all. It's just chilesemail.com. Again, if you'd like to like this, share it. I would greatly appreciate it. I hope you're having an awesome day, and I'll be on here later today. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.